Welcome back to the CCS Season 5 Semifinals. I'm back with Dronis, the third series of 5 on the night. Florida International, number 1, take on number 4, Louisiana Tech. This has been a Conference USA Tournament title game the last 2 consecutive seasons. They'll now meet in a semifinal where Middle Tennessee State, the Blue Raiders, have advanced to the CUSA Tournament title game for the first time in program history. We'll await the winner tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Florida International, they have dominated CUSA since they've been here. I mean, you know, they got into that title match, as you mentioned, twice in a row, facing Louisiana Tech. Season 3, they swept them. Season 4, they beat them 4-1. No one has really been able to step up to this Panthers team. Regular season play, conference tournament play, it has just all been FIU in this conference.
Well, LA Tech has beaten FIU before. It was in the regular season, I think last season or 2 seasons ago. In season 3, I think they did it. I think Jack State did it last season, and New Mexico State did it last season as well. But in postseason play, Jonas, they have not lost in the CUSA tournament ever. They've won it 2 consecutive seasons, looking to go back-to-back for a 3rd consecutive time this spring.
Yeah, they are indeed, and you know there's a couple teams that can stop them, and obviously this being one of them, one of the only teams to defeat Florida International ever in conference play, if not the only. Are they the only team to ever beat FIU in conference play?
No, Mexico State did it last season. Western Kentucky did it last season.
That's right. I completely forgot about that.
Well, let's get game 1 underway after a short delay due to production not being ready, as we had that game 6 go a little bit after a delay. But FIU LA Tech, a spot in this CUSA final on the line.
Yeah, Florida National, of course, the heavy favorites going into this one. LA Tech, they are really going to need to battle uphill versus the Panthers to try and pick up a W. Middle Tennessee State, as you mentioned, already secured their spot. That was a fun series to watch over on the other side of the bracket. They got the job done quite well, and we'll see if Middle Tennessee State are going to be one of the teams to take it over FIU, or if we see another big 1 seed get taken down in the semifinals.
Well, it's been a night of upsets, so this would be a good night for LA Tech to do something special. But again, we'll have to wait and see how the night goes on. But FIU has been a tough team to beat early, and a quick snapshot there for no grab, unable to go.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately this FIU roster has just always been so fun to watch. Zernite, Kaizen, and No Grab have just they have seemed to play so well, and obviously their chemistry has been built up so much as CCS has developed. A little bit of awkwardness there, however, Kaizen not too worried about off the sidewall. He goes looking to carry it himself, gets past one off the ceiling. It'll be secured back into the corner. But Louisiana Tech, they're looking for that big upset. I mean, we could have another one seed down.
Yeah, usually we'd be watching FIU play Liberty right now, and LA Tech either playing Kennesaw State or Mexico State in the semifinal game. But things have changed pretty drastically in CUSA this spring, and these two are a semifinal game.
They are indeed. I mean, it's been pretty incredible to see how it's developed, and we are going to see LA Tech drop one in first.
3:10 to go. Laynad will find the first of the night for the Bulldogs from Ruston, Louisiana, out of Conference USA, and they did win the Sideline Sports Invitational back in week 1, Jonas, as LA Tech took off Ohio State in game 5 of that final in the tournament. But again, that didn't really end up being any quality wins in the resume for any of those teams outside of a couple teams that were able to beat San Diego State. But again, it's still a heck of a tournament to win if you're LA Tech playing off some highs. Oh my.
Yeah, they are indeed. As Laynad is going to get credited for this one. 2-0. Go the Bulldogs early. He was just able to put a big shot up. Judo Senpai with a big bump in front. LA Tech have themselves a lead.
So since I'm seeing this conversation in chat, Jonas, we haven't had any repeat national title champions. Do we get it this spring? Be honest.
It's very possible. I mean, you know, we've always talked about the depth here in CCS. We've always talked about you never know who's going to be able to take it, but Akron are Akron, and they very well could double up. I think I think for the sake of the depth and for the sake of the other teams, we want to see someone else do it. But Akron could just go 2 for 2. That being said, Louisiana Tech storming into this semifinal. They're up 3-0 versus the defending conference champs.
Can I just say that Leonard has 3 goals already, 2.5 minutes into this is a hat trick. 2:30 into game 1, a heck of a start for the Bulldogs. And, you know, again, Storming, you're new to this. Jonas and I have casted together for a very long time, and we've been fortunate enough to work together in a couple of Insanity series through our careers, and we've had a couple of crazy upsets in CCS in the past. This is nothing new. When an upset starts to occur, we kind of start to see some things come to fruition, and we try to do our best to give it a good call.
Hey, you remember when Utah beat Spade?
That was crazy. That got the attention of the university account on Twitter. That was how big of an upset that one was. That was crazy. That was the first big break on social media for CCS when Utah stunned Kansas in Game 5. I had the This Is CCS call. The University of Utah account reposted us on Twitter. I don't think it could have gotten any bigger than that in that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And since then, we've had a couple encounters with the mainstream media. Obviously, the other big one being Nebraska and their upset, their reverse sweep over Purdue caught the attention of local news out in Nebraska, which was pretty cool to see.
That made Channel 8 ABC News in Omaha, Nebraska, about a week after the fact, and that was pretty cool. We've gotten to do some pretty cool stuff together.
Yeah, no, CCS has opened up a ton of opportunities, and it's been a lot of fun to watch. I mean, college play, it's always interesting, and obviously college esports being the same, and obviously, having a league like this in CCS, there is so much more depth, and you can see, so many universities being represented at the the D1 level, and seeing so many of these teams being put on display, as we will see Zernite put away the first for FIU, but crazy to say that we just saw the first from Florida International when there's only 46 seconds left.
Yeah, 46 to go, and I'll bring up another one. Back when LA Tech won the Sideline Sports Invitational, that got the attention of the university president on social media, and Boston Scott, a familiar athlete at LA Tech, was a running back for a couple of years, selected by the Eagles in the draft in 2000 and I don't know what year, but he had a successful NFL career, and they had the LA Tech fans storming on Twitter, so that was another pretty cool thing we've done. But 30 seconds to go in game 1, and LA Tech looking great early on.
Yeah, they are indeed. I mean, we could see that LA Tech fan base really storm back into play if we see another big upset win here. They got to be careful. Jazz, big backflip save, no grab, follow-up shot off the crossbar and away. Kaizen through the corner. Zernite dove in as well. You can see the Bulldogs just looking to play keep away for the final seconds here in regulation, and they will. LA Tech take game 1.
I think if they win this, they're favorites to go win Conference USA for the first time. And I think that would really get the fans wild up on Twitter if they can pull off a conference championship.
It absolutely would. I mean, it doesn't get too much easier after this one. Obviously, Florida International are kind of the number 1 team in Conference USA. They always have been. But Middle Tennessee State has been a real big up-and-comer in this conference. Obviously, being the number 2 seed. That being said, LA Tech did beat MTSU in regular season play. So if LA Tech able to finish this upset, if they're able to continue this momentum going forward after game 1, who knows? This conference tournament might be all theirs.
Could very well end up being all theirs. But again, as we know, Jonas, these conference playoff games are no easy feat to come away with a win. And we've seen countless games go from so good to so bad very fast. So again, you can't count your chickens before they hatch here in a series like this where LA Tech is dominated early.
Yeah, some teams just can kind of get derailed, Nation?
Right, 100%. that was, man, that might have been your best call in CCS you've ever had. You've had a couple of great ones, but I don't know if there's ever been a moment that could have topped being there for that one for me.
That might be my best call ever, to be frank. As there's not much that can match a best-of-7 reverse sweep and the underdog winning it.
Yeah, I mean, again, Akron pulled it off in the tournament last season, and then it happened one other time as well. I don't remember who did it. It was there were two BO7 reverses last season. I know Akron pulled it off in the tournament. I don't remember who else did it, but
it was, yeah. I know it was over East Tennessee State. I'm trying to remember the other. Was that Cal?
Yeah, it was Cal in the tournament, first round against South Carolina. No grab finds a first.
We are just talking about so much CCS history as of I mean, there's just so much to talk about. But back on the field, FIU will have a lead, and that's their first lead of the series.
LA Tech has qualified for 2 straight consecutive tournaments, has yet to advance past the opening round, but this could be the season where maybe the Bulldogs could, get beyond the round of 64 for the first time.
Yeah, it would be pretty intriguing to see if they could. I mean, I think they are most likely definitely going to make the tournament, but how far they can get, that's kind of still just up in the air.
In their 2 tournaments, they pulled Cincinnati in the first round, and I don't remember who they pulled last season, but they've had a couple of rough pulls in the CCS championships.
I know one guy who knows Stormy Ryan, because it was GCU
it was.
where they pulled round 1.
Yeah, that's a tough pull in round 1, but 2:55 to go. LA Tech still trail by 1 as FIU have gotten their stuff together a little bit better here in game 2.
Yeah, they have indeed, but I mean, LA Tech, I mean, they're still looking good despite being down 1. That's a big demo for No Grab. Now another demo. We're seeing demos all across the field. Leonad, the lone player alive, will be able to still find the clear out. FIU not able to capitalize on the demo play. Jazz might have a double locked up. No, Kaizen will be there in time to clear it out. No Grab will assist, getting it back on the offensive end. Florida International right now just looking to keep the Bulldogs at bay.
Cernite up top. Flip reset for the captain. Goes under. Leonad finds a save. Keeps the Bulldogs within a 1. 2-minute warning. 1-0 favoring the Panthers of FIU out of Miami, Florida. And now they're trying to go back to 1 apiece in the conference semifinal.
Big bump there. Jazz up the ceiling. No Grab being forced to retreat. Jazz not having any sort of touch. Leonad towards the backboard. Zernite a little bit awkward. Kaizen gets over 1. Judo dives in. Will be finding himself 150. Zernite can't find another. Judo lurking in the corner. No Grab finds the shutdown. Leonad just trying to power his way through the Panthers defense, but FIU hold on quite well. Again, just looking to suppress this Louisiana Tech offense for the rest of this game.
Leonad, 30 boosts, got pickpocketed by Zernite. 2 to commit for LA Tech. 1:18 to go. Open shot there. Judo punts that one to the corner. 1:14 to go. LA Tech trying to get within a tie score. Judo gonna fire. Broken up though by Zernite. Now LA Tech got a retreat.
And No Grab, a quick 50. It'll fall to Zernite. Immediately just powering a shot forward. And LA Tech caught way out towards the midfield. Florida International extend their lead.
59 seconds. And starting talking about the Mountain West, Grand Canyon is transitioning to the Mountain West in 2026. They'll play a couple more seasons of CCS in the WAC, and then they'll head on to the Mountain West. 59 seconds to go. Now LA Tech trail by 2.
I think that's going to be very fun to see, because obviously San Diego State have kind of been the dominant force in the Mountain West for so long.
Pac-12.
Yeah.
I don't think they have a year that overlaps. I could be wrong though. I think both are 26-27 year.
Just new kings right in the Mountain West.
Now imagine the old Pac-12 in CCS. You would have had Colorado, Oregon, SCSU was about to join the Pac-12. Cal, UCLA. I mean, there's so many good teams in the old Pac-12. That would have been a fun league to watch. But 15 seconds to go here. Game 2 looks like it's all she wrote. There's a third.
Yeah, big bump play by Zernite to respond to the scoreline for game number 1. Florida International going to have a 3-0 shutout of their own.
I'm looking up right now because I'm curious. They joined July 1st, 2026. So it is still another year before Grand Canyon transitions to the Mountain West and STSU head to the Pac-12. But game 2 going to come to a close. We're 1-1, even up in this series of best of 5 ahead of us.
Yeah, we'll see how Louisiana Tech are able to respond. Obviously, they came out swinging in game number 1, got a very solid W there, but game 2 got away from them. We need to see how they respond to that kind of adversity in a high pressure scenario like this.
100% agree. And there's a lot of transitioning going on after next year and collegiate realignment, but FIU does get a 1-1 scoreline after a very lackluster and sloppy start in game 1.
Yeah, this time they just look to control things right from the start of game 2 a little bit more. Obviously, Louisiana Tech getting shut out of that game, not having a ton of offensive pressure, but FIU, their defense playing very crisp and clean, being able to turn into transitions very, very quickly.
Yeah, the only change this next year, Missouri State and Delaware joining Conference USA. Missouri State out of the Missouri Valley, Delaware out of the Colonial Athletic. We'll maybe see both those two programs get back involved with CCS. Missouri State would be a first-time appearance. Delaware played last season, opted out of this spring. Hopefully they come back for the summer and compete with Conference USA.
Yeah, that would be fun to say just because I'm a fan of their mascot, honestly.
We'll have to wait and see. I mean, again, hopefully we can get a couple of programs back. Like Colorado, I'm hoping to get back for one last rodeo because all three of those players are seniors and are graduating, but I'm hoping they give us one last run.
Yeah, I mean, Colorado, they've always been a fun team to watch, you know, all the way back looking towards season 2 and obviously season 3 where they won the whole thing. They've been a pleasure of a team to watch compete. I am hoping to see them return, but back to the pitch, game number 3 between Florida International and Louisiana Tech getting set to go already. Some early looks for the Panthers.
15 seconds into regulation. Judo broken up by Kaizen. FIU in transition. Jazz will chase that one down. No grab. Flip reset. Over one. Has help in front. Lane Ad will cover. FIU still crashing the boards here in the LA Tech side. Dropped down, cleared away by Judo, and LA Tech transition.
No grab. A good 50 through the corner. Just looking to accelerate the pace of play for the Panthers. Kaizen taps it upfield, has Zerna. He goes sidewall double into the corner. Judo, first line of defense, will be able to tap it once out, but it's back to Kaizen. He fires wide, may have had a better shot than he anticipated with a bump coming through. A little bit of awkwardness in the corner for LA Tech. No grab, shot on. This one won't be kept out. It's the Panthers on top again.
3:55 to go. The Panthers, a 3-0 run to open up things in game number 3, and it is 1:05 off the clock.
Yeah, Louisiana Tech, we need to see their offense really get started here soon because FIU, they have just really started claiming control and have started claiming momentum in this series. The Bulldogs need to start showing that fight once again.
100% agree with you. Your only goal scoring has been done from Lineout in game 1. He had a hat trick and he was a 3 for 5, and all 3 goals belong to Lineout. So again, you need help out of Judo and Jazz to help lead this program to a victory tonight over FIU, sitting number 1 in the Conference USA table. LA Tech technically finished 3rd, but they tied directly with a team in 4th place that ended up being Western Kentucky that was given a 3 seed as the head-to-head went the way of the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a competitive. Western Kentucky have kind of been an interesting team to watch this season. They've been really sneaky in Conference USA. They've been able to pick off some big wins and obviously, made their way to the conference tournament. Were upset in round 1 by Jack State, but still were fun to watch.
They were fun to watch, and Jack State almost had a upset last night over MTSU. That went to Game 6 overtime. Could have very well gone to 7. That's a completely botched passing opportunity for LA Tech. Could have had this game tied. 2:30 to go. Game 3 remains 1-0 Florida International.
Yeah, they're just looking to keep on putting pedal to the metal here and not giving Louisiana Tech any options. Jazz might have a look here. Shot is saved away by Zernite. Looking to have the clear judo. A nice cut, no grab. A little bit awkward here, playing weary of the bumps. You can see that physical play starting to develop more and more from LA Tech, but FIU been very mindful of it. Haven't quite got beaten by it yet.
2-minute warning. FIU still in front by 1, and it's a good sign. We're seeing close games, and FIU's not dominating. Lena might have Zernite be over the top. No, the save is good. Jazz rebound. Will not go. No grab covers the clear. 106 to play. And game number 4 still within 1. It's been a battle.
It has indeed, but right now FIU, they've just been the team to hold so far. Louisiana Tech, they just got to press more, Nation. I think if they push themselves out of their own comfort zone, really get aggressive on offense, they're going to find that FIU might not be so comfortable either.
1:24 to go. And now FIU trying to put this game on ice with a second goal as Jazz back to the right wall here. No grab, fires on target. It's good.
Laynad just couldn't quite reach it off the far post side. Jazz, that touch not being what he wanted. A quick strike from No Grab, catching the Bulldogs taking a nap.
1:12 to go. And Wichita State's leading 7-2 in the game over East Carolina. And their semifinal games. I look at the one in North Texas or Charlotte. Later on in the week, is Lina trying to find a double. It's just off the mark, but does find a connection. 1 minute to go. The Panthers leading 2.
As Zernite gets it back onto the offensive end, Kaizen, his shot cut down. Zernite will miss wide, but ultimately Louisiana Tech, it just seems like they've gone a little bit cold in this series right now, Nation. We have been almost 10 full minutes of gameplay without seeing the Bulldogs score.
And they got to find their way on the score sheets here soon, join us before this series kind of starts to get out of reach. As Judo off the backboard, Psycho. No good on placement, but 30 seconds to go. FIU's 2-goal lead should stand true. Just a little while longer, a third. No grab, should put it on ice.
They do indeed. I mean, just quickly over the middle, No Grab going to get himself a hat trick. Kaizen just putting it up high, and Lena not there quite in time. 24 seconds left. FIU, another 3-0 shutout.
At this point, what do you do if you're LA Tech? The last 10 minutes, you've been shut out. You had a stellar first half of game 1, and since then, you've been scoreless.
Yeah, I mean, again, I want to see them get more aggressive, Nation. I think that needs to be the name of the game. You can see Florida International, they look very comfortable, and as they should be. They really haven't been tested defensively. Louisiana Tech have not provided a ton of threatening options, and you can see them getting back-to-back shutouts, going through it. Now all they need to do is just keep on this pace. Louisiana Tech really needs to ramp things up, make this 1 seed uncomfy.
Yeah, again, LA Tech, have been in a drought since the 2.5 minute mark of game 1, so it's 12.5 perfect minutes without a single goal for LA Tech. Going now into game 5, where FIU can put this, or game 4, sorry, where they can put the series away.
Yeah, they can indeed. I mean, Louisiana Tech, they don't want to go down in this next game. They do not want to go down 3-1 to FIU. At that point, I don't know if they'll be able to bring it back.
Yeah, this feels like a must-win game. If they lose here, their season could be in jeopardy.
Yeah, it very well could. I want to see this team still make the tournament. I still think they have a lot of hope. We've seen some great ups from the Bulldogs this season. We've seen it prior seasons as well. Want to see them get through that first round of the national championship tournament, but they really got to show that they're the team who can do it.
Well, they had a good start to game 1, but since then, they've been quiet. We were talking about CCS history in game 1. Maybe we should go back to help them out a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, 4:39 to go. LA Tech trying to go back to the tournament for a 3rd consecutive season. FIU trying to win Conference USA a 3rd consecutive season and play in the tournament a 3rd consecutive season and go beyond the round of 32 for a 3rd consecutive season.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see if they can. I mean, they've always been a pretty consistent team, and I mean, I'm excited to see what they're going to be able to develop going into this one. I mean, they've always just been fun to watch.
Davos says in chat they trailed Virginia Tech 3-1. Came back and won that one 4-3. Another 3-1 comeback on the night. And a 105 gone off the clock. LA Tech got to score first. I think they have a chance here tonight in Game 4. I think if they drop this series, it's going to be all she wrote.
Yeah, very, very well might be. I mean, we've just seen back-to-back 3-0 shutouts in the last 2 games. Judo is there. This double, no good. Lena blocked by Kaizen. He'll sweep this one away. Jazz up early to take this one away from Zernite. There's a more aggressive-looking challenge. Lena goes right by Judo. Has a dribble, has a flick into the bar. Kaizen misses. Jazz is there. He smacks the crossbar too. Follow-up from Lena is good. And finally, the Bulldogs break through after 11 and a half minutes.
It's been more than that. It was 12 and a half minutes going into this game. So that's another minute 40. So that's 14 minutes and 10 seconds since the last LA Tech goal was scored. They finally break a long drought of nearly 3 minutes of game time. 3 games of game time.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. That's quite a bit going into this one, but we'll have to see if now they can protect this 1-goal lead, because if they can, if FIU are able to quickly make their way back, it still is going to be even tougher for the Bulldogs. But LA Tech, this is a good sign, being able to get that first one, get themselves a lead. Now let's see what they can do with it.
Yeah, you guys did play LA Tech. We went to Game 7, I believe. 2:44 to go. And LA Tech trying to get this series back within reach. Currently have a lead right now, and I think if, again, we mentioned if this game goes south, FIU is in very majority control of what should be an easy way to close this series down, but the defense stands tall. Halftime, the Bulldogs lead by 1.
Yeah, they're just looking to stay up front again, try and get in the faces of this 1C, not give them any room to work. Kaizen, soft shot blocked early by Judo. Jazz snaps it away from 1, a mistouch from Zernite. Jazz has a dribble. Is he looking to take it himself? He will. A quick catch, double jump, pop top right.
What a call. 2:07 to go. Jazz finds a second. That's the first goal scorer not named Laynad for LA Tech tonight.
That also seems crazy. The fact that we're in Game 4, we're over halfway through Game 4, and that's the first time we're saying that seems to be, I mean, it shows how good Laynad is, but also might show where Louisiana Tech needs some improvement.
And again, you got to have a good offense if you're going to be able to compete in the national tournament. So, again, they can only get so much from one player. And when they won that sidelines event, all 3 of these guys are playing at a high level. So you can generate good offense from your crew. Your defense can play solid. You don't give FIU good looks over the middle in transition. They should be able to compete. But again, you have to be consistent when you're playing top teams like FIU.
Yeah, you really do, and we'll see if they are going to be able to turn up that consistency a little bit. A bit of panic there. Swift double commit, still kept out well by Jazz. Nograv has some time. Now uses the reset, finds the bump, and drops in front of Zerna. He can't put a shot on. Jazz a big 15. Nograv cuts in again to get it over to Kaizen. He's got 9 boosts to work with. Soft touch. Judo looking for a block. Zernite double lane ad. A bit awkward here in front of Nograv, who skies it into the ceiling. Wants a bump. Won't find it. Jazz doubles it out into the midfield. Somehow kept out. Now Kaizen caught out of the midfield. LA Tech up 3-0. And why do we keep seeing this scoreline?
Laynad now a 5th goal on the night. He's got 5 of 6 here for the Bulldogs tonight. 3-0. 47 to go.
Yeah, we just seem to keep seeing it. But that being said, Louisiana Tech have themselves a 3-0 lead. We'll see if they're going to be able to defend it for the final 40 seconds and tie this series back up 2-2, and that'll be a good bit of life for the Bulldogs.
35 to go. No grab. On the ground, broken up by Jazz. Set away for Zernite. Long clear 4. Jazz upfield. Redirect attempt off the mark. A little high. As LA Tech Couldn't put that opportunity away. Lane fires. No good off the wall. And transition, no grab. Broken up by Judo Senpai. 18 to go. What a save for the Bulldog defense. Should have another shutout here. Oh, never mind.
Nope. Yep. Yeah, you had to say it. Down front. Jazz, a bit of an awkward touch. Judo bumped. Lane backflip. Zernite all over him. Is this the first game we've seen that's not a 3-0?
Is it?
I think game 1 was 3-0 for LA Tech.
Oh no, don't say it ain't so.
And game 2 was 3-0. And FIU finding a little bit of life.
Well, 3-2, 8 seconds left. Don't call it a comeback, as 8 seconds is way more than enough time to get off the kickoff, create a look, or find a pass in midfield and then take your shot, but it's got to be quick.
This might be a look for no grab. Lane not able to block him early. Zernite's got no boost. Judo just going to tap it safely away from LA Tech. Wipe the sweat off their brows to end off game number 4. They even up the series 2-2.
We're guaranteed 6 games tonight now, and this one is game 5 upcoming, and we've had quite the night so far.
We have indeed. I mean, I knew that we knew it was going to be a long night, but I don't think we really anticipated the series being as long as they have been so far.
Yeah, we kind of thought the first series would be pretty quickly. We knew the second series would be long. We knew this one could get interesting, but we expected it to be done in 5 games, but we're now in game 5, guaranteed a game 6, maybe even a game 7 later. The next one coming up, we have no clue what in the heck to expect with Quinnipiac and Siena. Where Siena beat Quinnipiac earlier on in the year, then to close the night, SCSU, I believe, will be AZAPless against BU-led San Jose State. So that could go either way. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, I think without Zap and with BU for the Spartans, I think San Jose State are the slight favorites in that matchup. At least I would say. But that being said, that kicks off at 11 Eastern. Still got a little bit of time until that one, but yeah, I mean, we have seen some great series so far. I mean, game 7, game 6, game 6 guaranteed in this one. You know, I'm hoping we see more, but you know, we got to buckle in for a long night, Nation.
Yeah, again, I was made aware this morning that AZAP had an exam that they forgot about. And obviously school comes first. AZAP will be in an exam at kickoff time, I believe. There is a chance he is back in time to play at some point later on into the series, but as far as I'm aware, AZAP has been downgraded to out for tonight's game with San Jose State.
I will say an exam at 8 p.m. Local time for AZAP. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it could be a 7 o'clock exam that's like 70 questions or something. I mean, it could be.
Oh, you're right.
It could just be a super long exam. They're just expecting him to take over an hour to finish it. We don't really know the whole ordeal when the exam starts. I just know that he has an exam and will not be available at game time.
Yeah, ultimately, I don't think it will matter too much because SDSU are surely a lock for the national championship tournament. But the interesting thing about that is, you know, that'll give a bit more security to another team if we see San Jose State win versus the Aztecs tonight.
And San Diego State's been in the league since season 2. They've won 3 straight consecutive Mountain West tournament titles and 2 straight regular season titles. They didn't win the regular season title in season 2. They were a 5 seed that season, but they still have won 3 straight Mountain West consecutive titles in the tournament, looking to go back-to-back for a 4th straight season. So it still would be history to beat them in the tournament where they've been perfect in the postseason play.
100%. Zernite big clear here and will open up the scoring in game number 5. Half the game gone, and it's the Panthers who strike first.
FIU, 2:31 to go. The Panthers leading 1 at the break of halftime, and at this point in the series, it's kind of to go. Oh, goodness. Hello? We're good. The audio, I don't... Okay, for those of you guys who do not know, I got a new headset because the last one I'm sure you guys mostly knew was busted. I have a new headset. It is completely noise canceling. I am fairly certain the audio just cut out for like 2 or 3 seconds.
It did.
I don't know
Can confirm.
I don't know if it's just tonight just been a rough night on my internet or the lag or whatever the heck is going on, but I don't know if it's just something to do with the headset. I have no idea. I apologize about any technical difficulties. Hopefully nothing more of the craziness of the sorts of where we DC again. Hopefully nothing else happens, but again, just want to put that out there for those of you guys that do not know.
Yeah, I mean, I think the universe just knew you had a very important postseason 5-game slate and wanted to make things tougher. Speaking of making things tougher, Jazz going to make it a bit tougher for FIU to hold on to their lead. It's now 1-1.
Yeah, I thought we were about to die again. 1:48 to go, though. LA Tech 1-1. I was getting ready to say, oh, goodness, no way. Oh, wait, okay, I just cut out again. Oh, well, I'll have to try to fix it after this is over. 1:48 to go, 1-1.
Yeah, little did you know I was saying, speaking of making things tougher, and I was about to DDoS you. That's what was happening.
Well, hopefully we can hold on and get through this series, and then we have time. I can do a full reset or something. But 1:33 to go. It is still 1-1. LA. Oh, that's a what? I don't like that.
I do like your call there. It's a very real call. No grab, one touch. Judo and Lena
why is Judo double jumping?
I can't tell you. They were both kind of caught out in no man's land and no grab. Happy to take that little gift from the Bulldogs.
Oh, well, they get it back. Oh. Lena now 6 of 8 on the night for the Bulldogs. 1:26 to go. Both teams give away a nonsense goal.
I mean, that's just a big kickoff win there for Jazz, and Lena there to slot it on the far side. 2-2 goes the scoreline back even with less than 90 seconds to go. Still anyone's game 5 to take, and of course, winner of this one is on match point headed into Neo Tokyo.
1:18 to go. If LA Tech can find a way to close this one out, they will be a game away from spoiling FIU's perfect Conference USA tournament record, where they have been perfect in postseason play. No grab, broken up, Sir Knight left alone. Has full boost to work with down the stretch, 1 minute to go. In game 5, almost a breakaway bump there for Jazz as well. Now the transition coming through. LA Tech's defense got to hold the line.
Yeah, they really, really do, and it's going to be tough. We know the Panthers have been able to make things a little bit awkward all throughout this series, especially this game, and no grab. Just going to muscle his way through the corner, and the near post Zernite on cleanup duty. FIU back out in front.
At 50, just lost control of it. 41 seconds. We'll see if LA Tech can get it back quickly again.
Yeah, we will indeed see. It'll be very tough to do it with not a lot of time remaining. We're really going to need to see them step up. Jazz, big 50, staying on it, gets away from Zernite. Judo sweeping in as well for the 50, but no grab, gets it past both. Lanad pinches it into the corner. Kaizen has a bit of time, gets past one. No grab, pops it up into the backboard. Judo needs a clear, collects it up high, booming it over to the far side. It will be cut off again. Kai fires one more. Lanad picks up the save, but the Bulldogs running out of time.
8 to go. Long clear forward. Finds Lanad. Back to midfield. Judo and Jazz left the backfield. Zernite sits high. Judo there for LA Tech. Keeps it alive. No grab. Trying to kill it back for Judo. Is on the ground. FIU. 3-2 lead going into game 6. A lot of conferences do not play all members in the postseason tournament. Conference USA is one of those. Their 9th seed is knocked out, but you can check it on the sheet. Anyone in red is out of postseason play. Join us. We go to game 6. LA Tech trying to force game 7.
Yeah, they're in a bit of trouble now. You can see FIU have kind of found their rhythm a little bit more. And even though Louisiana Tech have still kept it close going into game 6, FIU have themselves a lead. You just figure they're going to either end it now or in game 7 when the going gets even tougher.
I agree. Michigan State 4-1. Illinois, your final score. The 2 seed holds on. The Spartans will play the Terrapins of Maryland in the Big Ten tournament final.
Again, that is going to be absolute cinema in that conference grand final. Michigan State, Maryland, they have yet to compete. Don't believe they crossed paths this season, so they will for the first time in one of the biggest matches of conference play. We'll see which team can get the job done. Obviously, Michigan State coming into it, they are going to be the heavy favorites, but we've already seen Maryland take down 2 great teams. We'll see if they can take down a third.
30 seconds down. Lanat, a fake. Back for Judo. Double attempt. No good. broken up by no grab. The defense will hold off nicely to kick things off here in game 6, but FIU, feeling the pressure early, could start to show some good signs for LA Tech's offense to create some chances to get back on the board here.
Yeah, again, I just want to see that quick press. I want to see this offense really develop and evolve here in a tough situation. Lanead, that's a big 50. Zerna and Kai both up. They will pinch it away to the side while Lanead fires. Eyeing a double Kaizen, a great clear out, no grab. Will take it in transition, flip, reset, fakes it down low. I don't believe he got it. Zerna, no boost. Kaizen puts it into the backboard. Lanead will secure it into the corner. Doubles it out for a moment. Zernite takes flight. No bump on Judo. Louisiana Tech doing a great job staying wary of the tricks from FIU.
Almost in the net there of LA Tech, and yet no boost to recover, and thank his lucky stars that ball did not naturally bounce in. 3:25 to go in game 6. FIU trying to put this series away and advance to the Conference USA tournament title game for a third consecutive season and take on the Blue Raiders of Middle Tennessee State.
I think that'll be a pretty fun matchup to watch if it indeed does happen. But first things first for the Panthers, they got to close out this series, and Louisiana Tech do not want to go anywhere. Jazz plays it up high into the ceiling. Lanead there off the corner. No double. Zernite, no boost to work with. No grab. He's 50'd Kaizen. Plenty of boost, plenty of time off the sidewall. We'll see what he does with it. Musty attempt. Will end up playing it low. Lanead will sweep it away for the Bulldogs.
2:40 to go on the clock here. No grab. Flip reset. Taking his time. Almost over a first. Zernite one-on-one with Lanead. Finds a save. Halftime. Game 6, LA Tech FIU still even at 0 as the Bulldogs trying to find their way into Game 7 and pull off an upset to make their fans happy to go play for a conference championship.
We'll see if they can do it again. You know, they were able to take down Middle Tennessee State, the team awaiting the winner of this one. They took them down in the regular season. If they're just able to get this Game 6 and take it in 7, they very well could become the conference tournament champions. But first, they got to dethrone Florida International, who still have that one game advantage at this point.
Yeah, they not dropped that. I don't know if I can call it fluke, but again, at Western Kentucky, they could have been a 3 seed and avoided FIU into the conference title game. They could have played Western Kentucky or Jack State tonight or Middle Tennessee State tonight and gotten to avoid the Panthers an extra week.
Yeah, it was kind of tough to see that draw, but ultimately they are putting up a great fight versus the reigning champion Conference USA. You know, taking Florida International to Game 6 is tough enough. Trying to take them to 7 and win the series is a whole different animal, but we've been seeing a great fight out of the Bulldogs so far, again, showing why they were the sidelines invitational champions at one point. They have showed a lot of promise here in CCS Season 5.
And this has been the Conference USA Tournament title game the last 2 seasons, and FIU's gotten the better of LA Tech both of those times. I don't believe either one is all that close, but tonight has been an extremely close fight, and I think we're starting to see this series start to shift in terms of dominance, but both these two teams will undergo heavy changes at the end of the year as a lot of these players are unfortunately seniors. We're losing a pretty big senior class, and we're going to see a lot of players unfortunately graduate and be done with their careers.
I mean, I think one of the interesting things about Collegiate Rocket League is, those changes are just natural, and that sometimes can shake up an entire conference. It can shake up an entire powerhouse team, and it can open the door for a lot of new teams to really step up. And obviously, with every senior class that leaves, a new freshman class enters, and that's even more chances for some teams to create new opportunities. Speaking of opportunities, 5 seconds left to go. FIU have a look. Double attempt for Kai will be blocked away. Lanead keeps it alive. No grab. Panicking will set it down to the corner. We have a Game 6 OT.
I think that brand new Middle Tennessee State roster is all freshmen, so they could be good for a long time. But anyway, back to overtime here. FIU scored. They're on to the conference title game. LA Tech scored. We're headed to Game 7.
Lanead looking to do the job. Kaizen finds the block up high. No grab, a little bit awkward. Him and Kaizen on that same rotation with no boost. Judo can't make contact. That's going to open up the way for a 50 near the sidewall. Jazz is trying to get in front. Gets it past Zernai just instead. Lanead dives in. Kaizen again, low boost. Will get the mid-off spawn. Into the reset he goes. Jazz sweeps it away. A big demo in the net. Zernai looking for a 50. It's right in front. Can No Grab set it down? Yes, he can. FIU advance to the title match once again.
And FIU will play for a Conference USA tournament title 3 seasons in a row. 42 seconds the winner out of No Grab.
Yeah, and who else but the reigning champs in CUSA to find themselves through it again? Louisiana Tech, a great fight from them again.
Oh, wow.
Currently the second team in the entirety of Season 5 in conference play to take 2 games off of Florida International.
Well, FIU get the better of LA Tech tonight, and we just got more results. Southeast Missouri State headed to the Ohio Valley Championship game. They get revenge over Missouri School Lindenwood, who were a 2 seed in the Ohio Valley. They got a bye last week, came in with a win over a 6 seed in the Ohio Valley. Eastern Illinois was their first round opponent, knocked them off, and tonight beat the Lions to go on to the Ohio Valley Championship game, where we expect Southern Indiana to await them.
Yeah, that's pretty surprising. We would expect the Striegels, but seeing the Lindenwood Lions get knocked out there, that's a bit of a shock for me. I thought it was a confident 1-2 between Southern Indiana and Lindenwood.
Well, that was the Game 5 on Mr. Epic's channel a couple of weeks, 2 weeks ago to close the season. Southeast Missouri State and Lindenwood were directly tied. They played on his stream to close the season for a bye, and Lindenwood got the better of them in Game 5, and tonight, the reverse outcome occurred.
There you go. We have seen a lot of crazy ups and downs so far tonight. It's honestly not too shocking to see more.
SEL, thanks to the Raiders. Just talking about you, Mr. Epic. You had that Southeast Missouri State Lindenwood series on your stream, and tonight that outcome was reversed. The Lindenwood Lions season is probably effectively over. Southeast Missouri State will play for a conference title next week.
Yeah, and that might be their last chance at extending their season, of course, as I do believe it's a 1 bid lead over in that conference.
I would agree it kind of is, but either way, we are going to go to a short break. When we come back, number 2, Quinnipiac, the Bobcats from Connecticut, take on number 3, Siena from upstate New York after the break.